Christmas is canceled at our house this year. A couple of months ago, we told all of our friends and family that we will not be buying gifts for anybody this year, and we will not be accepting gifts from anybody this year, so to not buy us anything. If you absolutely must spend money on us, you can buy us household supplies, or you can pay a bill. That is all we will be accepting. I just saw the first post of the season about gift ideas for the hard-to-buy-for person in your life. It's not even Halloween. Like, what? Like, why are we doing this every year? We don't need any of this. So we will still be like decorating for Christmas and going to Christmas parties and doing whatever Christmassy things, but just no gifts. And I think a lot of people should be doing this. And I actually know a couple people who are doing this, and I love the idea. So it's not too late to tell all your friends and family not to buy you.
Christmas is canceled. It's the new trend going on right now on TikTok. And there are so many people, so many Americans who are fed up with the whole cost of living, how much things are going on. And they are decided that they are no longer going to participate in Christmas this year and indefinitely for the years maybe to come until everything is fixed. And now whatever side you are on, whatever opinion you have, we can all admit that things are so much more expensive than normal. That's just the reality. And so many people are making hard decisions. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and they're deciding that, hey, I'm not going to be wasting all this money on gifts that people are going to use for one day or maybe never even use. And then, it just ended up struggling and shooting myself in the foot in the long run. And she said something that was funny, right? Like, shout out to the creator. As a matter of fact, let me give the credit to the creator right here. Her name is Peppa, right? Peppa the Pa. I don't know. Y'all see it right there in the bottom right of the screen. Y'all can check her out on TikTok. I'm also a linker in the description below. But she said something that's funny, right? Like, give me essentials, pay a bill. You know what I mean? Give me something that I can actually use. I don't want a pair of socks. I don't want, give me something, some towel, some toilet paper, some paper towels, some laundry detergent, things that I can actually use. Aside from that, these wasteless gifts, I'm not gonna do it, but like I said, this is the new trend. I got more videos in here you're gonna love. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Let's get to the rest of the video.
Y'all talking about cancel Christmas. Baby, because me and my kids, my family, will still be celebrating our Lord and Savior. What y'all need to be talking about is canceling consumerism. Stop buying things at these big box brand stores, Target, Walmart, whatever. Y'all better start going to thrift stores, mom and pop shops, all these small companies. That's where you need to be getting your stuff if you're really going to be giving Christmas presents this year. On top of that, Christmas is not about giving gifts. There are so many other ways that you can celebrate the holiday season without doing gift giving. So no, I will not be buying at big box brand stores, but I definitely will be celebrating.
Yeah, and I think, you're seeing this happen as well, right? As you got so many people who are still decorating. They're still going to have Christmas, but in terms of all the gifts and presents that you have when it's under the tree and the whole Christmas spirit, and you wake up in the morning and there's millions and millions of toys around the world. If you're fortunate enough, right? There's millions and millions of toys just lined up around the house. And, you give the parents gifts and you give your cousins gifts. You give, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, all these people gifts. Those days I think they're gone now, especially as people start to feel more stress from the economy today. I think so. That's me personally. Now, I've already made the decision myself that Christmas is not going to be the same. However, as kids grow older, as kids get older, yeah, they're going to have Christmas because that's what it's for. Now, all of a sudden, it's pretty much, it's turned into this thing where adults do Christmas now. And I think, to an extent. Now, ultimately, Christmas was a season of giving. It was built for, kids to wake up and ultimately open their presents and, enjoy the spirit. You had the snow, you had the Christmas tree, you had the Christmas movies. And ultimately, yes, it was a gift of giving. It's about giving to others and supporting other families and whatever you can give. That was ultimately what Christmas is about. However, over time, I think it kind of turned into this, hey, we're going to spend money and buy it for people and get massive gifts for people, and which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing for whatsoever. However, in the sense of where we are, I think we can all come together and realize that. But if in your life, you are already living paycheck to paycheck, you're already struggling to pay bills, and you're already making hard decisions in your life, it makes no sense to be giving out gifts. The ultimate gift that most people want is time. It's time. Spend time with me. Spend, Christmas with me, maybe, or we go out to eat or we walk or something. Time is the ultimate gift of all. It's no longer about money, to be honest. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section below.
And while we're on task, go ahead and cancel Christmas. Go on and start that family chat and let them know that you're not exchanging gifts this year. Hopefully everybody in your family is on board. And I know you're thinking about the kids. Well, Facebook Marketplace. If you're going to buy something from somebody, buy something small and local. You know, support a small retailer. But it's going to be Red Friday for these folks this year. Someone called it that in my chat. It says it's not going to be Black Friday this year. It need to be Red Friday. And I agree 100%. Hashtag Red Friday. But it's a good opportunity to teach your kids that freedom ain't free. And it's a conversation that need to be had because, you know, somebody going to have to sacrifice and we going to have to fight for this shit. So here we are. And those retailers, they're going to know. I know they're sitting on inventory from last winter. And guess what? They're going to have that same inventory next winter. It's like, seriously, let's do this. There were Christmases I had as a kid where my mom didn't have any money. She made us sweet potato pies, and that was fine. You know, they were good. We were just as happy. We were like who's in Whoville. And I think that's how it needs to be. You know, if you want to do something, switch it up a little bit. Do some community service. Spend some time, you know, serving in a soup kitchen as a family. Donate some money to like a homeless shelter. Help somebody else this year and do something that really counts if you're going to do something. But if you buy something, please buy something small and local. Don't give these retailers nothing. We're not spending money. October, November, December, they make a whole lot of money off of us. And here's the time to teach them. We're not spending no money.
Now, while I do support this movement, while I do support people and their families, if they are deciding to, you know, not go out and buy a bunch of gifts and presents and all these different things, understand how this would affect the economy. If people actually do decide to cancel Christmas on a mass scale, right? Understand how this affects the economy. You're going to have big retailers who are going to post massive profit loss, massive revenue losses, which they already struggling from things like tariffs and, you know, lower economy right now as we speak. But on top of that, you add a lower fourth quarter sales, you add lower revenue coming in from the whole, you're going to see the economy and stock prices start to fall. You're going to see so many different things that's going to happen across on a mass scale, and it's going to be very devastating, and it's going to be catastrophic for the entire economy. It will, and it will cause a collapse. I'm not going to lie to you. I've always thought this, and I've been thinking about this all year. The economy right now is right there on the edge. Y'all know the cliffs where it's just a mass fall. As soon as you walk, you take one step and you just fall right down to the ground. I feel like that's where the economy is right now. Yes, stock markets are at an all-time high. Yes, you know, you see shares and all these different things are doing great and all these different things. But what is happening on the grounds? You know, what is happening on the grounds with the cost of living, with inflation and all these? Yes, look at it from that perspective, because that's the most important perspective. I could care less about stock prices. If over time my dollar is worth less, what is that going to do for me? You know, when we talk about inflation has increased year over year for the past, I don't know, decade or so. And even this year, it's still increasing. And of course, they posted numbers and saying it's 0.3%, inflation is 0.3%, whatever the case is, that's prices going up. But they're still high. Just because it's slowing down, and I think it's still going to go up. I don't even really believe in the numbers. But just because it's slowing down doesn't mean that prices are going down and becoming more affordable for Americans. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like I said, I don't agree. I support it. But as a whole, I don't. It's scary to think what it would actually do to the economy. So that's why I'm not going to make that my whole ordeal. But like I said, and me and my family, we've already had the conversations of how it's going to go. That's just reality.
Last year, we decided to skip Christmas, and we're doing it again this year. I have a family of 5. We have 3 kids, all boys. And my husband and I sat down one night and we're like, you know what? Like, we spend so much money on Christmas, like presents, everything. And then like the next year, they don't even remember what they got. Like, we would much rather have memories and family time than a gift. Now, Santa still comes. Santa arrives at the house, but presents from mom and dad are no longer. So last year, we actually surprised my kids with this. Instead of Christmas, we took a vacation. Yeah. And we did not tell our kids until the night before we were leaving. We took a whole video on it. It was so freaking cute. And my kids loved it. We told them, we're like, hey, we're not doing Christmas. Just a heads up. Hope you're okay with it. And they were like, can we do this every single year? So we said, yeah, absolutely. Like, if you guys are down, we're down. So obviously they still get presents because Santa comes, but like the mom and dad presents, we just go on a trip.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing, right? Like, do what works best for your family. Everything doesn't work for every single family, of course. And it depends on the situation. It depends on your financial situation. It depends on how your kids react to certain stipulations. And of course, keep your family happy, because ultimately, it's a great spirit during Christmas. I love Christmas. As a matter of fact, Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love going out and seeing the lights, the trees, and, the snow and all these different things. I love it. So, keep the spirit up. It just depends on what works for your life. I'm telling you that the days people are fed up of going broke during Christmas, racking up credit card debt during Christmas, and spending out all of their savings just to get gifts where, especially gifts for adults, right? Like it just depends, and it's all within reason. But shout out to the creator. Her name is Bethany Ann. Y'all can check her out on TikTok. I'm also link every single video in the description below, just so you guys can check them out as well. But let me know what y'all think about this. Are you canceling Christmas? Are you having Christmas at your home? I mean, every single, household is different, but let me know. I want to hear from you. I'll follow up with the situation. I also have many great videos that you're going to love. I'm also going to follow this topic along, just like I do everything else. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more great content like this. I love you. I'll see you next video. We out. Let's go.